Yo, it's good. It's Mark from Menace TV, and I'm here with a dear friend, mentor, and leader in our community. Without further ado, what's up, Jason?
What's up, fellas?
How you doing,
man?
Man, I'm doing good today. How
Good
you
to
doing?
see you guys, man. Proud of the growth. I see the growth.
Hey, I appreciate that.
I
Man.
see the growth, man. You guys are really kicking butt, man. Proud of you guys.
Hey, thank you so much, man.
New location, overlooking the boulevard.
It's legendary. This is a legendary street.
It is.
Yeah. Martin Luther King walked down the street.
He sure did. You did too. You did too.
That's very true.
My man.
Man, you've been here for a while for us. Me, AJ, Agron, Menace team in general, man. Just the guidance. You were a first session at our last studio when we were first getting started.
I remember that. Like yesterday. It's been, over a year?
Man,
going on a year?
Flies.
Yeah,
more than a year.
More than a year,
crazy.
right? Time, we just talking about that. Time flies. Time really does fly, man. No, I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to, I'm always happy to pour back into the generation that's coming behind. I think that's important, and I think that where you guys are going, what you guys do, and the vision that you have, big supporter of it, big believer in it, and I want to help you guys, see it all the way to the finish line.
Appreciate that, man. And you've shown that 100% through and through. Just being here today, and
my guy,
over calls, like every like you called me before. I got somebody for your podcast. I got an opportunity for you. Boom, we met at the store. Like
Did I introduce you? I introduced Dot, didn't I? When we were here,
100%. It was that hospitality included event, or the
Earn Your Leisure.
Earn Your Leisure event.
Yeah. My brother he spoke that day. He set up. He's the one that actually set up Earn Your Leisure to get, support from Ally Bank at the time when he was there. So no, that's then they came here and presented. So shout out to Demetrius Scott and his efforts of getting all that set up. Yeah, see how the world works, and that's a Detroit DVE connect.
Man, for real.
Yeah.
Legends in the city.
That's a DVE connect. So, no, man, happy to do that. Happy to shout out to Sean, shout out to Dottie, Mark Russ, just all the family over at Detroit versus Everybody, Tommy, all the guys that make it happen. Midnight Golf versus Everybody.
Right, you got your own custom DVE.
Yeah, man, that's, just good people. Good people support each other, hence why I'm here today.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm learning more and more about Midnight Golf. I actually really want to be a part of it. To be honest, we all do. We were talking about golfing. It's the perfect opportunity for us to be introduced.
What you want? I'm here. Whatever you need. We got a lot that's going on right now. We are in a very transformative stage of our program. Midnight Golf program has been around for 23 years. Just graduated the 2024 class of 267 or 8. Don't quote me on the number. I forget. It's either 267 or 268 young people from across Metro Detroit, mainly Detroit high school students. We gave away more than almost $250,000 in scholarship money. That's just from our program, the access and the opportunity. Since our inception, we've graduated a little bit over close to 4,500 students, and our kids have attended just around 165 colleges across the country.
What?
So we got kids at Stanford, Harvard, you name a school, I'm sure we probably have a young person there or that have attended, the school. So very proud of the program. What we've done. In our first 23 years, we've made that type of impact. Looking at the next 23 years, excited to say we have a new facility right behind us. Not right behind us, but you look at the Fisher Building behind us. We are directly behind the Fisher Building. 7441 2nd Avenue is the address. Used to be the old Channel 2 headquarters. And then when the riots took place, I want to say Fox 2 moved to Southfield.
Okay.
We took the facility over a few years ago. It went dormant for a while. Building's a little bit over 40,000 square feet. and it'll be the new home of the Midnight Golf program. So super excited about that and what's going on there.
I seen the pictures that you showed me. It's looking crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice, one of a kind facility that we and the community and other, partners that we have, our collegiate partners, when they come in town, they'll be able to, work with the students on, student aid, acceptance, submission letters, all those things. They will have access when they come into town. Uh, and it'll all be in a one-stop shop. PGA of America recently granted us a $250,000 gift to develop the golf area. And so we took a trip to they just recently moved their headquarters from West Palm Beach, Florida to Dallas, Texas. And we took a trip to the new facility, and they said, we told them about the building, and they said, well, hey, you guys can mirror what we've done here. And so with that gift, that $250,000 community gift that we recently was awarded, those funds will go towards the development of the 20,000+ square foot basement to host the actual golf component of the Midnight Golf
Oh
program.
wow.
Yeah, so state of the art simulators, chipping and putting areas, full swing areas. This building will be a one of a kind facility in the state, and we're just blessed to be centrally located, close to Henry Ford Hospital. All the activity that they have, they're dumping $2 billion into the area, and along with the Pistons. So there's a lot that's going on. Michigan State recently has taken over the Fisher building. So they're one of our collegiate partners as well. So this is just a really, really, really great opportunity for our organization to take the next steps into the future. And I'm just so proud of our team, my mom, her team, our board of directors, our staff, just everyone's coming together to make this work. So super, super, super excited.
Man,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Yeah.
The concept and just the initiative of Midnight Golf is so transformative for the youth, especially coming from a city like Detroit, where we don't see that, like, coming from our areas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Golfing, teaching, and then just the guidance that's included in that. I want you to, could you walk me through Midnight Golf? I know we spoke about it last time,
Yeah.
but this is a new
Yeah.
place. I want to
Yeah. No,
make
absolutely.
sure.
So golf is literally 10% of what we do in the program. We are a youth development program that's focused on helping our young people, our seniors in college. I'm sorry, in high school. We follow them from their senior year in high school throughout their collegiate experience until they graduate. And then beyond that, we go further into, life, and the mentoring doesn't stop once they graduate from the program. We make sure that, while they're in school, they're receiving care packages, they're receiving the support that they may need. Um, we know that the attrition rate from your freshman year to your sophomore year, a lot of kids drop off, not because they don't want to go, but because they don't have the support system, or what I call the wraparound services to get stuff done, to get to ultimately to finish the job. And so we'll step in and we'll, supply care packages, we'll supply bus tickets, plane tickets, whatever the need may be. We try to fill that gap by any way possible. Again, we're more of a youth development program. Golf, I grew up playing golf, and I just saw at an early age what golf was doing to me or for me in my life. And my mother was a social worker with the state of Michigan. And I told my mom one day, I was getting ready to go away to school as my senior year, and I said, "You should start a golf program, Mom." Now, mind you, my mom knew nothing about golf. She never picked up a club. She couldn't tell you the difference between a pitching wedge and a putter. She had no clue. Uh, but the reason why I went to my mom and suggested that she start a golf program is because, one, I saw what golf was doing for me in my life growing up on the west side of Detroit, where no one in my neighborhood or surrounding neighborhoods played golf. And then two, I knew that she had the temperament and the heart to see something like this through. And so I went away to school. I had the opportunity to walk on the golf team at my college. Um, and then I came home for winter break. I was gonna tell my mom, "Hey, this golf thing ain't working. These kids are at a Division 1 level to play golf. You really have to be really, really, really good." And I was not really, really,
Mm.
really good. But that being said, I came home and my mom told me that she had 17 kids from the Jeffries Project. She went door to door and told them she was gonna feed them. And like I said, 23 years later and almost 4,500 young people, the legend of the work and the passion that my mom has provided to so many people across the city and state. I'm just happy that she's, being rewarded with the facility of her own. We're being rewarded. She's being rewarded with the facility of her own. So super excited about that. But the way that the program works, we meet 9 months out of the year, 30 weeks. Um, we currently have two cohorts. So we would have a Monday, Wednesday cohort, and then we'd have a Tuesday, Thursday cohort. So roughly 134 kids per cohort. And we always start the session off with, the first 30 minutes with some form of life skills. A presenter will come in and he or she will talk about any and everything under the sun, from character development to how to write a thank you card or letter, to how to shake hands, to networking, to the importance of mental health, to understanding the stock market. Everything that you and I didn't have growing up to understand what it takes to be successful, we're giving our young people that. We don't go off we don't go off acceptance by grades. We accept our young people off of grit and determination.
Hmm.
So, you know, and we accept kids. I think we're over 63 schools
Wow.
across Metro Detroit. We have kids coming from Brownstown. We got kids coming from Ann Arbor. Um, I recently wrote a um, a letter for a young lady to get into business school, and she's recently designed the last four Tom Ford fragrances that have come out. She's from Detroit, and at the time when she was in the program, she lived in Romeo, Michigan. She
Wow.
lived on 32 Mile Road and was driving every Monday and Wednesday. So she really didn't know her way around the city like that. So in the winter months, I would make sure that she got to the expressway to 75. I would lead her there from Marygrove, as where we facilitate the
Hmm.
program. I would make sure that she would get there. So, but yeah, so back to the actual programmatic component of it. So we'll have a guest speaker. He or she'll come in. They'll present. Once that's done, we will get together and we'll have a full course meal. And the logic behind that is two things. So this program is, and not in all, but in a lot of ways, it's a mirror of my upbringing in my life, right? And so a lot of times my mom wasn't available to have dinner with me every night because, again, my mom was working two, sometimes three jobs. So my grandmother and my great aunt took it upon themselves to raise me. And so I didn't eat dinner with my family like the average family, may eat dinner. And so we sit our kids down. We have and the key component of it all is we have about 65 mentors from all walks and facets of life: black, white, brown, old, young, retired, working. Just they cover the gambit. And so we all get together, we will say a prayer, and then we all eat dinner together. And the logic behind that is programs have snacks. When you think of a program, you get the kids a snack. Well, families have dinners. And to a lot of our kids, we are their family.
I
We
see.
are their support system. We are the ones that they call when there's an emergency. And so after dinner's over with, we split into two groups. So the one cohort will split into two groups. The Monday, Wednesday cohort, and then you have a Tuesday, Thursday cohort. Where the Monday, Wednesday, I'm talking about the Monday, Wednesday cohort, the one cohort. They'll split into two groups, and the first group we'll go to golf. The PGA of America is our partner, and the Michigan section provides golf lessons from licensed PGA pros in the state. We have about 12 pros that work with us. And so they'll come in, they'll, give the kids lessons. That'll go about 30 minutes. And then the other half, the one group is having golf, the other half goes to a session called tea time. And what tea time is the carryover from the presentation that the presenter talked about. And we'll have a couple of mentors that will facilitate the tea time. But it's a conversation that all the young people that are in the class, and we have about 5 or 6 classrooms of young people, the kids in the classrooms drive the conversation. And so what it does is it's peer-to-peer mentoring, and you'll have a young person who, may be shy or may not want to open up, or, may have a particular tough time in life, right? And you'll have a young person that may attend a Birmingham Groves, or a Catholic Central, or a U of D, and so these kids are going back and forth, and we're taking all the nonsense out of the equation. We're just allowing them to be young adults and allowing them to have dialogue amongst each other to talk about things that are affecting their lives. So again, it's a carryover from what the presenter talked about, and why, these things are important, and we allow the young people to expound on their feelings and their thoughts. Um, and then after the 30 minutes are up, the golf kids will switch with the tea time group, and then vice versa, tea time will go to golf. And so that goes on for a course of 30 weeks or 9 months, essentially the whole school year. And yeah, we've been doing that for 23 years now.
Man,
Crazy, right?
that is insane.
Crazy, right? So, and we play golf. We do play golf. There's a culmination at the end of the program called the Road Trip for Success, where we take about 6 very large luxury charter buses to the south. And it's not a HBCU tour. I hear a lot of parents, my kid went on the HBCU. It's not a HBCU tour. It's a college tour, because we visit more than HBCUs. While HBCUs are extremely important
Mhm.
for us and to us, and we recognize that uh, college is important for a lot of different reasons, I think. And I didn't go to HBCU. So we'll visit schools in the South, traditional institutions, Duke. This past year, we went to Duke. We went to University of Virginia, I want to say. We visited North Carolina A&T. We visited Howard. We visited a few other schools, but it's a college tour. It's more of an opportunity tour, an access tour.
Mhm.
Our students will eat at some really, really, really nice restaurants. You got to think a lot of our kids don't even have pillowcases, let alone
Mhm.
traveling outside the state to eat at a Maggiano's or
Man.
a Benihana's, something that you and I may take for granted. Um, and so we'll eat at some really nice places. There's a lot of culture experience. We'll visit some museums, some culturally impacted areas in the communities that we end up going into. And then on the night before we leave, we'll have a very large dinner at a club that's equivalent to like the DAC, Detroit Athletic Club. And all the kids get dressed up, and
Oh, that's
yeah,
sweet.
it's pretty cool. And
That's
it's
sweet.
kind of like a turning point, because we at that dinner we allow our young people to kind of tell their stories of why midnight golf. What does midnight golf mean to them
Mhm.
up until this point of the program? And that night is very emotional, as you can imagine. Um, it's kind of like I said, the culmination of the year. And then a couple of weeks later, we wrap the program up. So yeah, and this past year like I said, we just graduated our largest class. All 100% of these young people are going to college.
Mm.
The national college graduation rate is at 60%. That's nationally. The city of
Mhm.
Detroit is 40.
Mm.
Midnight Golf's graduation rate is at 70, almost 76%.
Wow.
So we see our young people through to the very end, and then after, there's a lot of mentoring still going on. I can't tell you how many phone calls and text messages I get. Hey, big bro, or now since I'm old, hey, what's up,
You
y'all
say,
generation is like,
you
hey,
say,
what's up,
Good on.
man, I got this, man. What you think, man? And
uh,
it's like, all right, y'all. But it's always like, before we started the interview, I was telling you it's very important for, I think, people to give back. And it doesn't have to be through money or monetarily. I think just guidance and support and being a shoulder and an ear that you
yeah,
can lean.
someone that you can
You
like,
could just,
yeah,
hey
hundred
man, here's what
percent.
I got going on. I think that mentoring is very important for the development of young people. I
Yeah,
do,
a
and so
hundred percent.
I don't. You may not be in midnight golf anymore, but you may be, you may be looking at buying, your first home, or you may start your first week at your job. You may feel some type of way. I think it's important for mentors to step up and be there. And so, where I'm at right now, unfortunately, I can't mentor like I used to, but I still do mentor the kids that I know that I've come through the program in years past. I have a really great relationship with a lot of them. And so does a lot of our mentors and a lot of, our staff. They recognize that, and they, you know, stay in deep communication with a lot of our students uh, post graduation. And
Yeah,
I think that's the testament of the work and the commitment that we are for these young people,
a hundred
Mhm.
percent,
you know?
Yeah,
a hundred percent.
Yeah.
the fact that you were able to take something that's as close to you as, your passion in golf and combine it with, this passion of giving back to the youth, to the next generation, really like creating you essentially took your creativity, combined it with your passions, and now it's this vehicle for, advancing the youth, helping them get to these opportunities. I just think that's amazing because there's really not enough of those. Because even when, just thinking back when I was younger, growing up in Detroit, it's a completely different world where when you're in school in Detroit
Mhm.
and then you go out to, in Ann Arbor or in a suburb or another college campus,
Hmm.
and that discrepancy, that gap is so huge that the regular public school institutions don't always, help bridge that. But programs like these and having that mentorship is really what, pushes that forward. And, I can just like, even us at Menace Media, we would not be doing what we do today if it weren't for mentors and people showing us the way. So just wanted to kind of just like that having that mentor perspective is so key
For real.
to just life in general.
And I think we spoke about it previously. I think what's important is whether they come from my program or whether I meet them just like how I met you young men. I think that, you know, the mentor mentee relationship has to be reciprocal. It has to be an open two-way street. Um, and a lot of times I think people, a lot of my friends tend to think, well, just because, we serve so many young people that means that, I can't help their kids or I can't talk to their kids because I got this. Well, that's not the case. Like I think if a young person is looking for direction and I have the ability to guide them down the path, why not?
Yeah,
Right? Like I don't understand some folks that don't, that don't want to help. I- You know, I, I think I told you, AJ, I think I said that, your generation, what I love about this generation is it's just the ability to like not care. Not just the ability to, I don't care about what people think. I'm gonna do this. The brashness of it, I think it's a lot of strength and power in that.
mhm,
I also think that y'all don't listen a lot, but I
yeah,
understand why, right? Because a lot of times when you ask for help, there's a lot of people out there that don't want to provide that help.
mhm,
So you might say, well, hell, I do it myself. And I think that w- when I hear people say, I did it all by myself, well, I don't, did some point in the line of you getting it done, someone had to come in and help you, whether it was a family member or whether it was a business partner or whether it was an investor, whatever the case may be, we all need the understanding that we didn't get here alone, right? And so why not? Why not support, since before this interview, I'm calling people to help y'all out because I think that's my duty and my responsibility as a leader in this community. That is not, I'm not a scene leader. I'm not on television. You can't turn the news on and see me. I rarely come up in a lot of different, if you figure out about Midnight Golf, which is a very impactful program in the city, the connection from the program, yeah, obviously that. But other than that, I'm not on television. My wife's on television more than I am. So,
Mhm.
I say that to say, I think that, yeah, I just think real people do real things.
Yeah, 100%.
At the end of the day, I'm not getting paid to be here. I had some meetings that I turned down to do this because I think that this is important, and I think that it's important to give you guys what you need so that you can be
Yeah,
successful, right? And
100%.
so that being said, that's why I do what I do.
Yeah, and it shows through. Like you said something so important is like to show people that you're not like a person doesn't have to do it alone, and you offered us something more valuable than money, opportunities. You offered us your time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you've come here multiple times, but like I said, like you are our first session. You gave us the confidence to go out and start 9 other podcast studios. Like mentorship as it is like that has carried over to us so much. We started mentoring youth ourselves
I'm
of just,
humble.
you know what I'm
I'm
saying? It's
humble,
like
man.
it's
I'm
gonna
humble.
that type of thing carries on through like
Yeah.
beyond our lives. So, we appreciate that. And like the work that you've done, like for the community
Yeah.
is gonna show through for generations 100%.
Well, yeah, it's not just me. It's a group of us, and I can't take the credit for, honestly, all. I mean, some of it, yeah, but I'm not looking for it. That doesn't move me. What moves me is, you know, people always say, and this is you guys a golf program. How many good golfers do you have? And I'm like, well, since we started, probably maybe 20.
Hmm.
We have 2 professional pros that, because of the Midnight Golf program, are now teaching professionally, and they work for the PGA of America. Michael Harden is one. He's teaching out of Dubai. Forget the club he's at in Dubai. And then Anthony Ward. Anthony Ward was at Plum Hollow for a short stint and had some health concerns. So he's trying to get his health back on track. But those are the 2 young people that we've kind of put our stamp behind as it pertains to the golf world. But if you ask me how many attorneys and how many engineers and how many doctors do we have, you know, that's more concrete. How many productive citizens? The second Black Michelin star chef in the entire country is from Detroit. And his
Wow.
restaurant is located in Brooklyn. It's called Clover Hill. And Charlie Mitchell was a student in the Midnight Golf program.
What?
And Charlie is, cooking for Pharrell, Maverick Carter, LeBron James. Like, he's cooking for some very, very, very influential people. And he never turns the chance down to say that he's from Detroit, 1, but 2, that the Midnight Golf program helped him a little bit to get to where he's at today. And that is for me is such an important thing. Makes me feel good that an idea that I had that got that came into fruition uh has impacted Michelin star chefs.
Yeah,
You know
100%.
what I mean? And young
100%.
young people that are in fashion. Like I said, Mariah has designed the last 4 Tom Ford fragrances that have come out. So that makes me feel good. That my young people, our young people, are impacting the world in the way in which they are. And a lot of that happens because of who we are and the work that we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. We really believe in mentorship.
Yeah, man.
Like you've shown us like like, man, it's a beautiful thing. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like
Yeah,
it's
no, it
really
is.
life changing,
It is.
100%.
It really is. It really is. I think our mentors get more out of the program than our young people,
Yeah.
because they
Interesting.
see the impact and they see a young person from the day that they come to the program all the way to the finish,
Yeah.
and they see the transformation that's taking place. And I think it's a really, really, really cool thing that, the best way you can utilize your time is to help a young person thrive. And I'm just happy to say that I've done my part in that journey.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I have a question for you because I'm trying to understand how someone or a student or a mentee who may have an interest or passion in cooking or designing fragrances, like what is it about? Is it about golf or like what is it about that drew them to this program where they're received this mentorship and now are performing at the highest
Very high
level?
level.
Uh,
Yeah, I think it's a couple of things that go into it. I think that dedication and grit, I think it starts there. You got to
Hmm.
want it.
Hmm.
We had the conversation earlier. I said, there's kids in Bangladesh, right? What did I say? Get kids in
Yeah,
Bangladesh right now that will eat your face because
yeah,
they're hungry, man. Like
that's
they are
true.
so hungry. They are willing to do what it takes
That's a
to
fact.
be successful. Am I right?
That's a
Yeah.
fact, man.
Whereas a lot of our peers, they only want to get out of bed, and so it's like you look at that and so, growing up in a city like Detroit, Detroit isn't what it was 10, 15 years ago. And that's a great thing, but it's still a rough city. Growing up in this city, as you all know, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
Hmm.
And the more you know, and if you know that it's gonna take you, you know, X to get to you're gonna have to do X to get to the next level. Complacency kills a lot of people's dreams. It's the
Hmm.
dream killer. And I think that you have to be driven, you have to have some grit, you have to say, hey, you know what? This isn't gonna feel good, but I know it's at the end once I accomplish this, and once I get there, I know that it's gonna be very beneficial to me. You know, you can't talk about an M if you don't know about an L. You got to
Yeah.
take some L's to get to the M.
Hmm.
M being millions. You got to take a chance. You got to take some struggles. You got to take some losses. And so those losses help dictate who you become. And so we kind of teach our young people that. So you got to have some grit. I think that you have to have um, some passion. You got to want to be successful. You got to be willing to work. You kind of want to be successful. And I think that if you have those two things, and you can tell your story of why, or explain your reasoning of why you think this program could be beneficial for you, then you got a shot. This past year's class, we had over 2,200 applications. We had over 4,000 individuals, including the applicants and their parents and aunties and guardians. I think we've had a little bit over 4,000 people attend. We had to have
Mm.
two orientate. The line was wrapped
Wow.
around um, Fellowship Chapel. The line was wrapped around, and if you know Fellowship Chapel on Outer Drive in Southfield, one of the largest churches in the city.
Hmm.
The line was wrapped all the way around the door.
Dang.
People wanting to get inside so that they can hear and register for it in an interview. And so I think that speaks volumes in itself.
Yeah,
And so
Most
100%.
people
definitely.
just want to want it. You just gotta want it,
Yeah.
and just display that. Don't do it because your friend, and don't do it because you think you're gonna meet some boy. Now you really kind of want to be successful because this is a program that's built on driving success.
100%. And
You know,
that passion, that wanting it factor, it would drive you through those hurdles.
yeah,
Like it get you over those roadblocks.
you
You'll
know about
figure it
it.
out.
You know
100%.
about it. I know you
100%.
know about it.
You
You
already
know
know.
about it. I know. What got you here ain't gonna get you there.
Yeah. 100%.
And wise people recognize that, and I think even wiser people put it into action.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's some game right there.
hey. That's what we're here for, right? That's
Yes,
what you said
sir.
you wanted.
No, man, man, Jason, it's always a pleasure having you, man.
No doubt, bro.
You are a, a testament to what it means to be a mentor. You know, what you've done in Detroit and beyond is going to again show through for so many generations through us. 100%. You're going to see it. Like for us, this is just the beginning, you know, and
I can't wait to see what you guys do, man. I'm super excited. And I hope that just the relationships the connections that I made just along the day for you guys with the individuals that I connected you to, I think that in itself can help put you on a, not that you aren't already going down that path, but I think it can accelerate the vision that you guys are trying to execute. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the end goal of the work that you put in and
yeah,
what that ultimately
100%.
turn. As I know you guys are. But always remember this too, that the journey, the real story for the real people that get it, they know everybody loves a winner. Everybody loves a champion. The real journey is the real story is in the journey. How many nights you stayed up, how many times the lights got cut off, how many times you didn't have any money in the bank account.
Man.
Those are the real, true stories and the testament of how hard you have to work to get what you want.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
There are countries in this world that don't allow that. They won't allow you to try to figure out your dreams and chase it. I think that, you guys live in a country, we live in a country where you can do that. And so why not? Why not? Don't make an excuse. Excuses are tools of incompetence used to build monuments of nothingness. And
Dang.
those who use them seldomly amount to anything. Everything can go right in life. It's impossible. You are going to mess up. And that's okay too. You're going to drop the ball. You are going to fuck up. And that's okay. But it's what you do after the fuck up, after you fail. It's what do you do after that is going to dictate life. Right. And real people, back to and I'll wrap with this, real people recognize the journey. I want to know more about the journey. I don't care about, obviously, great job. We like seeing what you've done, but, run your race. My best friend told me, he said, man, run your race. Don't compare yourself to no one. Run your own race. And I needed to hear that at a point in life when I did. And it's so clear now that once you run your race, you can't worry about, you focus, tunnel vision, because you're running your race. And so I implore you guys to run your race. Take a pit stop when you need to. When you need advice, pull over, ask for the advice. But don't ever get out the race. And don't look back. Always look forward. Until you accomplish what you want to accomplish, then look back and see how far you've come.
100%.
You feel me?
I feel you 100%. Yeah, I was just about to ask you to drop some gems. You dropped a bunch of them. That's crazy.
My guy.
No, man. Jason.
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah.
I'm always here for you guys. Keep striving, and I can't see where you guys end up.
Hey, well, thank you,
Looking
man.
forward to it.
Before we go, could you shout your socials? People need to know where to find you, man.
Yeah, the real J Malone is my handle on Instagram. I really just use Instagram. I'm still on Facebook, man. So I'm old. I use Facebook, man. But yeah, Jason Malone. Check out the Midnight Golf program. I think that handle is Midnight Golf DET. I think that's the handle. Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure and give it. I want to get you guys the right information. My handle is the real _J Malone on Instagram, and then for Midnight Golf DET. That's the handle for the Midnight Golf program.
Most definitely, man.
Yep.
You guys go check them out. And Mark from Menace TV right here. You can find me at Mark_Mill.
Yeah, we got AJ, Detroit Dots on Instagram.
And I'm very excited for you guys to see this episode. Jason, he's a serial entrepreneur, great mentor. Please hit him up, or just follow him just so you can see he has success in so many different realms. Titus Proprietary, Midnight Golf. man. I can't say enough about him.
Yeah. Well, the live handle for the dispensary is Live Canaco.
Oh yeah,
LIVCANNACO. Check us out. Yeah.
most definitely, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you.
Hey, always. And that's a wrap.